Hello and welcome to the Computer Game Show. My name is David Turner. I am here with Sean Bell,
Hello.
James Farley,
Hello.
and no Matt Murray this week. He's off gallivanting. He's decided to do other things. He's probably in the
on holiday
cinema.
with his child.
I'm bitter about it.
He's
I'm bitter
usually
about it.
gallivanting, but on this occasion, zero
It's
gallivanting.
legit this time.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a quick one.
It's sort of legit. I mean, I'm not going on holiday this year. I'm a little bit disappointed in that. Technically, I'm going down to Margate for a few nights to see my parents. That's about it. Have you got a holiday, James? Booked?
Nope. I've got nothing.
Why
no.
not? Why not?
Well, because I've got to come back to the
Okay,
UK.
that's enough.
Every day's a
Patreon
holiday when
producers
you're
this
James
month
Farley.
are Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks chap, Simon Nelson, Moomin Biscuit, Trans Rights to Human Rights, Dave Ernsberger, Colin Brown, Gasman, Rocketman76, Smooth Monkey, John Tempelli, Jackie Sniper, Sam Higton, Stan, Philip with an F, Cutty, Steve Lee, Jack Oven, Grey Dragon Claw, Colin the Carwanker Smith, Lee Keybottom, My Dog Skip, Evil Mammal, Conky Donkers, Full Nelf Skonga, Laser Quest, 42 Sources Span, Ramalaptar, and Fred Fench. They're the Full Nels crew. Thank you so much for supporting what we do. We really, really do appreciate it. We released our Patreon bonus show last week. You get to find out what Sean's job was all along, which has been described by many of our Patreon supporters as disappointing.
I never said it was interesting.
That's what I find funny is that I think you warned them about a million times that it wasn't interesting. But nevertheless, people were disappointed. But what you won't be disappointed in is finding out all sorts of stuff about James Farley living on his own. Where with his family moved back to England, he's living in Germany on his own for the time being. We find out how many pizzas he has a week, how many times he goes to a takeaway, if he's walked around his flat naked. That was discussed, and Matt obviously asked about wanking. That is all available on our Patreon. Please go to patreon.com/TCGS. If you don't, we will fucking stop. Last little plug here. So we had an Ian Lee's imposter syndrome in Rochester on Thursday night, and I would like to say a big apologies to Ryan because Ryan came up to me before the show had started and introduced himself as a TCGS listener, and we had a quick chat before the show got underway. I didn't see him after the show. And Ian said to me, right, okay, Ian and I are both two awkward men, I think, and we worry about each other a little bit too much. And I think Ian said to me about 3 times after the show, you can go, you don't have to wait around, it's fine, because like Ian's like taking photos and talking to people. And the third time I took as, you look a bit weird standing about, mate. You might want to go, which probably wasn't what he was saying, but that was going on in my head. So I jumped in the car, drove off, and then I got a voice note from Ian saying, well, Ryan's here and he was waiting for you to take a photo with him. So I was like, fuck's sake. But I believe Ryan's going to be at the TCGS show in London. So we'll do a big one there. In fact, actually, I think he said that. And I said, it will be worth more with all of us in it. So thanks so much for coming. The next one is at the Rope Tackle in Shoreham on the 14th of August. Go to ianlee.com for tickets to that.
I feel
please
like
come
rope
to that
tackle
one.
is dirty somehow. Is it supposed to be?
No, I don't think it
okay.
is. It's an art centre, Sean.
Okay.
It's nothing dirty
I'm
about
not
art,
into that sort of thing. I prefer smut, Dave.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you look at art and say, "Is that dirty?" You're the problem. You are the problem. It's like Google Ads. IanLee.com for tickets for that. We need more people at that one, please. If you're on the Brighton, Worthing, or Shoreham area, or anywhere along the south coast, then get down to Rope Tackle Shoreham. 14th of August. It's going to be a really good show. That one was in a beer garden on Thursday night. I found that strange.
It looked really
Great
nice.
though. Yeah, it looked great.
It did, although it was you could hear the traffic driving around in the background throughout the show. Yeah. It rained, and when Ian was telling a story about how somebody worked with he says a story about Hitler, and I said, Ian, No, it didn't work with Hitler. No, okay. God, this is all coming out wrong. I just don't want to spoil it. But there's a story where he mentions someone's opinion on Hitler, which may have been misunderstood.
I know that, yeah.
Yeah, there are people walking past the beer garden at that time thinking, and they must be thinking, what? What? So anyway, please come to that, to the Rope Tackle Insurance. 14th of August, that's it for the plugging. Should we get to feedback, Sean?
Yeah. Kurt Lewin says, feedback. Sorry, but I have to take issue with David and James questioning how often pitches are relayed.
Oh, God.
Based on the photos their clubs put up on social media each summer. What's happening there is annual maintenance, which is different from a total resurfacing, which happens every 10 to 12 years. If you don't believe me or the Derby County groundsman I referenced last week, sportsturfmaintenance.com say the following, quote, clubs follow a year-round maintenance schedule that includes aeration, overseeding, top dressing, fertilization, mowing, and irrigation. Seasonal maintenance addresses wear from matches, weather, and events, ensuring the pitch remains safe and playable. Despite these efforts, after roughly a decade of use, the turf and soil structure degrade, necessitating a complete relaying or resurfacing to restore optimal performance. End quote. So there you have it. I have no doubt Millwall and Chelsea might have shown photos of the turf being totally relayed in the past few years, but it would be a surprise if that's what they were doing every single season.
And he's sent a link to a tweet. But when you read the tweet, it's the groundman at Millwall talking about the work, end of season work that's underway. Yeah. We have and to quote, it says, we have returned to Millwall FC to complete the pitch renovations, including surface removal. So what I don't he's put this as evidence to back himself up. They're literally saying they're removing the surface.
And there's pictures of like tractors and stuff, aren't there? Like doing the whole thing.
Can you read the next bit of feedback?
I was going to say, yeah. So we also had feedback from Jack. He says, hi guys. Regarding the football pitch chat, until a few years ago, my brother was a groundsman at Millwall, and he says they relay the pitch at the Den every season.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you. I should also put out that my son was groundsman at Millwall Football Club, and I'm not even joking. There he is. Look, little man there. This side. That's my son. Yeah. He was groundsman at Millwall and I asked him today what he thought about your comments, Kurt, and he says Kurt's a fucking idiot. So, not that's my words, the words of 12-year-old Turners. I'm joking, Kurt. I think maybe there's a level of relaying a pitch. There's the renovation level that you're describing and a full replacement. So maybe we just agree to, sort of disagree on that one, eh? And all move on and never mention pitches again. I'm so sorry, everyone listening to this podcast for the first time.
100% this will be coming up next week.
Yes, yeah, I know, mate. I cannot wait until Charlie Dimmock messages in the whole of the ground force team. That's something to look forward to.
The next message comes from Necromoz. It says, gentlemen, I write to you with some rather compelling evidence in the crisp sandwich debate. I refer you to a YouTube video titled Prime Minister Andy Burnham ranks pub snacks from the 25th of July 2026. He has included the link. In this video, Prime Minister Andy Burnham and Chancellor John Healey are thrown a pack of salt and vinegar McCoys. Burnham's response, which I quote verbatim, is, I'm imagining a crisp butty with these. Do people eat crisp butties in Harlow, do you think? Or is it a northern thing? Mr. Healey replies, I think they would. Mr. Burnham responds, I thought they probably would, yeah. Mr. Burnham goes on to rate them as his top pub snack from those on offer before admitting to a fondness for pickled onion Monster Munch. I hadn't expected the debate to reach Whitehall, or rather number 10 North, quite so soon, but I guess that's how Andy rolls, or butties in his case. I'm a chip butty enjoyer and a southerner to boot. I can also recommend a pack or two of salt and vinegar crisps crushed into the topping of a pasta bake, preferably mixed with the cheese prior to cooking. My Italian wife has threatened to divorce me over this on several occasions, so a full risk assessment should be carried out before attempting. Much love, Necromoz.
That is something my mum used to do that.
Yeah, my mum did that. She used to do a tuna pasta bacon. Crisps on top of it. Yeah.
That's all right.
I will say, Necromoz, I do worry that you might be believing a politician trying to sound like a normal person.
There's a lot of these
I think
Andy
might...
Burnham rates videos, isn't there?
Yeah.
This is his whole strategy. Is this what
It
he's
is, yeah. It's clearly he's trying to show
Hey,
that he's with it.
I'm
You
just
know,
like
it's-
you, actually. I'm
Yeah.
just like you.
Look at me rate these AI generated images, and no one will have a go at me about it. I imagine.
I got bad memories of pickled onion Monster Munch because when I was at school, when I was in secondary school, there was a kid who used to have them every day for lunch, and then he used to, after he'd eaten them, he used to pin people down on the floor and then burp in their face.
Wow.
Which was nice. Yeah,
Doesn't sound nice at all, James.
No.
I don't know why you're saying it was nice.
it was pretty. Awful.
Yeah, that Burnham, he's a man of the people with
He
his
is,
crisps
totally
and his. I want to work up north. I don't want to work in London. Oh no, I'm not coming down to London to work. All right, then, mate. How about house prices and services are the same price up there? How about we swap house prices and services then, Andy? Yeah, let's do that. You can work up there, fine, but let's swap those about. I'm dying on my arse here. I'm dying on my arse. I've never been so passionate about politics.
Anchovy has written in.
Oh yeah.
And Ms. Chovy says, I was 10 years old when Metal Gear Solid came out, and I distinctly remember spending hours running around Shadow Moses looking for that fucking CD case, only for someone at school to tell me that Meryl's codec number is on the back of the game box. I was amazed and felt a bit silly. Anyway, on the subject of Sony abandoning physical media, I think that's absolutely fine, as long as they patch the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 on PS5, so that when the Colonel rings you, instead of saying Meryl's number is on the back of the CD case, he should say, Snake, to get Meryl's number, pause the game, exit the game, go to the main menu, now go into bonus materials, open the virtual manual for Metal Gear Solid 1, look through to the right page, there it is. Now write it down on your phone. In fact, just Google it, Snake. Yeah? just Google what is Meryl's number MGS1, and that'll do, and then crack on with the rest of the game. Hurry up, Snake. There's 14 hours of nonsensical cutscenes and rampant sexualization of every female character we have to get to. There's no time for this. If they do that, then that's fine, I reckon. Crisis averted. Anyway, keep up the excellent podcasting, fellas, especially James.
And I think you are absolutely spot on with that. That would be pretty good. The other alternative is that he rings up and goes, "Hi Snake, the number is 468327115."
Yeah,
that's enough. Just give her a ring. Bye.
Yeah, no, but I think your one's better. Your one is better.
Yep. This next one.
it's a great setup, Sean.
Honestly, I'm thrilled I get to do the feedback this week.
I'm surprised you're reading this one because it is a little bit bad, isn't it? Go on.
All right, okay, so this comes from Big Fan of My Men. For years,
Abusive.
my partner has always said, "Oh, you watching your men?" whenever she comes into the room when I have the show on, which has now become the de facto nickname for the show in the house. One of the funniest things about this is how she describes you from her limited exposure as, sorry in advance, the annoying one, the boring one, the other boring one, and the funny one. I'd love to see if you can work out who she describes as who. Apologies again all round for this, especially to the other boring one.
Well, I'm the annoying one, clearly.
Do you reckon?
Yeah,
I'll be one of the
100%.
boring ones.
I think I'm probably one of the boring ones, and Matt's the funny one.
I reckon Matt's the funny
Oh
one.
God! If
Yeah.
if Matt's the funny one, find a new partner.
You can join the
All right.
Bongos.
Get.
He's got quips and puns. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you could do better. If Matt's the funny one, yeah, you could do better. So do better.
Jackie Sniper says some feedback for this month's bonus ep, if I may. Great episode this month, lads. The mystery surrounding Sean's last job has always been an intriguing enigma to me. Once it was revealed, was it a bit of a washout? A bit. I very much appreciated Sean pulling back the hood on what can only be described as a Freemasonic level of confidentiality regarding his previous job. Sean, surely this bittersweet time of unemployment could be well spent by doing an Against the Storm live stream. Cheers, Jackie. I haven't talked about the Against the Storm thing. It's not coming up on the show.
What's Against the Storm? Is this the one where you used to wear a wet t-shirt?
Yeah.
Where you put loads of hours into it, right?
I put loads of hours into it, and I was saying the other week, so during the heat wave, I was playing it because it's a game where the whole story is that it rains constantly forever, right? So it's quite therapeutic when there's a heat wave on. And and we had a chat about it. And it turned out I spent about 45 hours on it, something like that.
In a wet t-shirt.
It's
not.
T-shirt.
We can never overlook that. I know you don't like me bringing it up and finding it's weird. It's weird. I'm gonna bring it up every time.
So when I was because so I installed Linux on my PC in a bid to see if it would actually behave when doing the show and the stream and everything, which turned out didn't work. But I installed Linux on it, and I was like, right, let's see if I can run some games on Linux, because apparently it's more efficient and everything. So I was like, I can't wait. I'm going to be playing 2 Point Museum at 4K 60. And I loaded up Against the Storm, and it started a new game. And because of the way Steam cloud saves work, that's my save now. My old one is gone forever, because obviously as soon as I booted back into Windows, Steam was like, yep, cool, we've synchronized your save with the cloud. So it synchronized the new one. It is a known bug, and I've seen the devs, people on the Steam support pages were asking about it, and the devs are like, hey, we'll make you a new save file, it's fine. But I was like, shit, I've lost 45 hours ish of progress. So that's good. So probably won't be streaming it anytime soon. I'm sort of had the wind knocked out of me on that.
Yeah, I also sort of misread that and thought they were asking for a stream of Before the Storm, the Life is Strange spin-off. And I just thought, fuck it, now you're barking up the wrong tree there, I think.
That was one of the good ones.
It's the only one I've not played.
Oh, really?
Maybe I should get around to that and remember.
It is nuts that you haven't played one of the good ones and you've played several of the bad ones.
I think because if it wasn't for you guys, my perception of it was very much like, well, it's like a bit of a side story. It's not really a big deal, but I know you guys are all really.
That's fantastic. It is fantastic, right?
Like
although I do
saying, everyone has said this. Loopy saying, I think there's a way of getting old Steam cloud saves. Not in this instance. You can go on the website and it's like, look, here's all the files we've got for this game, but the old ones are gone. So ouch. Good laugh.
All right. Feedback.
Sam H says the best thing I've ever eaten was a Tesco finest brie and cranberry baguette that I stuffed to the brim with own brand bacon frazzles. Prawn cocktail.
Are any of these about video games? like primarily about video games? We don't get many, do we?
We've got the next two. One's just sort of about the show, and then one's about the BC 250. So, prawn cocktail. What's its work too? Also, cucumbers are the worst. They make the bread all soggy, so if anything, they ruin the texture. Side note,
true. You have to get to them quickly. Like cucumber sandwiches.
Yes.
Why do people say that cucumbers don't taste of anything?
Well,
because they fucking do.
Yeah.
They got a horrible taste. And even if you just touch a bit of bread with a cucumber and then take it away again, that bread then tastes like cucumber. It's horrible.
It doesn't taste horrible. It depends what you combine it with.
Mate.
It depends what you combine it with. With a bit of cream cheese or whatever. It's nice.
Okay. Go on.
Side note, I love the way David pronounces anchovies with the stress on the second syllable.
Oh, do I? Do I?
It reminds me. It reminds me of when I first started working in London and pronounced it Bermondsey like it was a town on the French Riviera.
Yeah, that is one you don't want to get wrong. You never let that go. I remember being a kid and pointing out to my brother. I was on the way to Millwall, and I would have been quite young. 12, 11, and going, oh look, Southwark, and he did, no, that's Southwark, David. I didn't really
fair enough though, isn't it?
No, I'll tell that to my brother when I was younger. He did not let me forget it, baby. Still brings it up today. 40 odd years on. Sorry, go
on. Push button Joe says, dear TCGS party people, as my comment about you sounding hungover has clearly upset at least one of you, I've decided to give you some positive feedback so that David will stop sulking.
Me, okay.
Good energy in the latest pod. James mainlining games and sounding happier than he has in years, and Sean spending his job searching time doing insane things to technology were a highlight. Look forward to seeing if Matt manages to play at least one game in 2 weeks' time. Love, Joe. P.S. You guessed right. I'm your biggest New Zealand fan. Can't wait for you to announce dates for TCGS South brackets Hemisphere.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of why James has been so happy recently. I'm trying to think of something that might have changed to sort of make him a happier person.
I've been happy with the amount of games that I've been able to play. That's been good.
How have you been able to play that many games?
Well, I've got a lot of time on my hands over the
Sean,
weekend.
I remember when
he's still in like the honeymoon period. I reckon like another month, he'll just be like, I just miss the kids. I just want to draw them back.
I don't, because I reckon another game will come out by then. Don't
worry, I've got a backlog. I'm going through.
I know, mate. James, Sean, do you remember when James did have his family around him and he just played Astrobot for 48 hours in a weekend? That was
it wasn't 48 hours. I did platinum it, but it was only about 15, 20 hours. I think it was. It's a very good game.
The last bit of feedback comes from Major PDD, who says, for fuck's sake, guys, stop buying shit that I like. BC250 incoming. Love a project. So, yeah,
there we go.
In reference to the BC250, the my sort of mad Frankenstein's PC that I've been using this week.
Is it on fire yet?
It's not on fire still. And I found a guide on the correct fan speeds to use so that it doesn't sound like it's about to take off, but also doesn't set on fire. So I'm loving it.
It's a real risk-reward situation there, isn't it? Major PDD, please send us a photo of your soldering. I am...
Well, if Major PDD picks like a better case than mine, he won't have to do any soldering. He'll just plug stuff in and go, oh, there you go, that was easy.
Is your case openable?
Yeah. It's just all very, very tightly screwed together. And
if you ever find yourself in a bet, your forfeit is going to be taking a picture of your soldering and posting it on the internet. I think that has got to be. I'm sort of obsessed on two things. One is that, and the other one is your first internet name, which you're refusing to tell anyone. You've got secrets. Yeah, I know, but there's definitely one that's in your brain right now that you're going, oh, fuck it all. And that's the one I want, Sean. That's the one I want.
It was the 90s. It was edgy,
It's not even that it's that bad. I just don't go for this whole well, we've all said ours, so you've got to share yours now. Like, no. It's embarrassing.
Hold on. Fuck you. Don't try and turn this into a noble, hey, I'm not going to conform to what you guys are trying to do. Hey, I'm my own man. I don't just follow around. It's clearly something offensive, and it's in. Think of it now, Sean. Think of the name now. Yeah,
it's not offensive.
All right,
just shit.
We'll be the judge of that at some point.
So will the internet be as well after the cancelling.
No, because I would admit because my old gamer tag, that's a no-no. I had my own reasons for choosing it, but in 2026,
yeah. What was it? No, that's fine. It's fine. Occasionally.
Do that on the Patreon. Patreon bonus show.
Yeah, we want money for that. Right. Is that it for the feedback, Sean?
That is it for the feedback.
Excellent. James, I believe it is news time. And you, being the newsman, shall read the news now.
Okay. Do you want to hear some Xbox news?
Oh my god, do we?
Why are you laughing?
Is it that good? Are they? I've already. So it's been so long. I've already done this joke where I'm like, oh, they're back on top.
Yeah. No, they're so back. Yes. That's what they were saying before. So anyway, Xbox UK and Europe have increased the prices again, and so the Xbox Series S, the 512 gigabytes, so the lowest tier one, is now £429. It was it was 299, so that's an increase of about 150 quid or whatever. It's quite a lot.
Also, remember that when these consoles launched in 2020, the Series X launched at £20 more than the Series S is now. Honestly, imagine clipping that and sending it back to us in 2019, and us listening to that and just go 6 years after these next consoles come out, they're going to pretty much double in price.
See, this is what's mad, because
6 years ago I appeared from the future and was like, mate, this is what you need to buy now. You need to invest in this, this, and this, because here's what's going to happen. This AI thing's going to kick off. It's going to. I'd be like, I know you're from the future, mate. But that sounds a bit mad. It sounds a bit far fetched. No, I'm all right, thanks.
Have you made it was a whimsical way of saying that it's wild that's what's happened in 6 years, Sean, and you've destroyed me. You've destroyed me. In fact, actually, if I turned up, I'd be going, well, actually, how's your life going, Sean? No, I've just come back to tell you the price of the Series X. Yeah. Why? Just because it's
I'm just
mental.
saying, if I was Biff Tannening myself, I wouldn't believe myself. That's
See, originally,
instead of the Sports Almanac, it's like copy of Edge.
No, they're always behind the times. They don't.
Whoa!
Well, it's true. They don't have cutting edge news, do they? It's good. I mean, come on, it's good for previews and reviews and the features, but the news is not there.
Reviews, I don't know. I mean, they've always given good games like a 4. I've never got that. But anyway, right, this isn't about Edge now. It's not about Edge.
Yeah. So anyway, the Series S is now the same price as the digital-only X when it launched in the UK. It's like 20 quid less than that was. You see, again, like as we were just saying, I think the idea was we would have thought that the Series S by now would probably be like about 150 quid or something. You know, it would have gone down.
Well, I mean, 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago, I bought a Series S for Harry for Christmas from Amazon, and they were all being sold at like 199 back then.
Yeah, like literally, like the console that's good if you're on a budget or you just need something for the kids' bedroom is now over 400 quid.
Yeah,
is this
ridiculous?
Is this now more expensive than the Switch 2? Because I can't remember.
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yeah, Switch 2 with
Switch
no
2
games is like you can usually get them like 370 now.
No, hold on. Yeah, but what's retail? Because we got to we got to compare and direct, right? So what is the retail price for a Switch 2 currently? Because didn't that go up recently? That went up like 50 quid recently, didn't it?
I think so. They did. They had an increase on like accessories and stuff like that, but I can't remember what the increase was on the console.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
I can't remember.
No.
Top of my head?
No, it's not you. It's not you. It's us. It's the fact that we're a video game podcast and we're going, did it go? I can't see. Is it? Like, it's not the best, is it? It's not the bit that we'll
go in with notes and then someone else needs a script to be like, so how much was the Nintendo Switch? And then James will go, I'm glad you asked me that. It was 429.
See, that's the thing in my notes.
Do you remember when he writes notes for games that he's been reviewing and then comes out with something like it's a reimagining of a mid-90s dream or whatever? It's the shit he come out with. Yeah.
So I've got notes down here for the prices, but for the Xbox, not for all the other consoles.
It's all right, mate. Don't worry about it. Go on.
So how much is it anyway, the Switch 2?
I don't know.
I mean, Louis P's saying the list price is 385
380 quid,
Okay.
yeah, 380 quid. Although the standard UK recommended retail price for the Nintendo Switch 2 is currently 395 because it went up. That is according
because this
Google.
Xbox price rise is this a new one or is this us catching up with one of the previous international ones? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Sean.
Okay.
Because yes, that is the case.
Okay.
It's us catching up with what they'd already announced for the US that was coming. Yeah, and now we know.
Yeah, so we should have known this was coming. I think we were just hoping it wouldn't.
Yeah, and also that it would be this high because this is higher than the US. I think. You know the increase.
It's mad, isn't it? Because initially when there was stuff about prices going up, it was mostly to do with Trump tariffs, and it was like, well, America's maybe going to suffer, or maybe some companies will raise prices across, globally. So then we're all sort of paying, subsidizing America, and then it's like, oh no, this AI shit is everywhere now. It's not just
But
an
also,
American.
the tariffs did have an impact because there's been those other stories about how like Nintendo have got money back now from the US government for the tariffs, and then people are like, well, they should pass that on to the consumers now,
Which I'm sure they'll do.
Which they've already said they're not going to do that because why would they? It's but this is kind of crazy. But I mean, this feeds into the next story because Microsoft also had their like financial results as well. Of which Xbox were for quarter, for Q4, and so there's been for Xbox there's been a 10% decrease in content revenue, and a 13% decrease in hardware revenue in the last year, And so this is comparing like 1st of April 2026 to the 30th of June 2026, compared with the same time last year. But it's okay because it has gone down. But Sharma has said that growth is going to return by the end of Q4 2027. So a year from now, it's all going to be good. And she said, when it comes to Xbox, we are making the necessary decisions required across our content portfolio, platform, and operations to reset the business for long-term growth. We have the best IP in the industry and talented studios around the world, and believe that we can bring these strengths together and expect to return the business to growth in fiscal 2027. So it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. I mean,
I just still don't see how this is possible with half as many people making the games.
well, no, they will return to growth though, won't they? Because of all the people they've laid off.
Well, true, yeah, if costs have gone down, but
Because costs will have gone down, yeah.
Yeah.
So presumably they should hit that target purely from the fact that they've sacked everybody, which is really depressing. But I mean, they're not going to make it back on hardware now, are they? If they're all costing this amount of cash, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, things are just getting shit. I mean, we talked about this briefly before we started recording, and I'm kind of fed up about saying how shit I think the industry is at the moment. I'm sort of wish that Sony or Microsoft would come out and say, do you know what, we're not going to release any new consoles in the next 5 years, because I don't see how they do successfully at this point. I think it would be damaging for them. It would be damaging for the industry if they announce, look, we're not going to release a new console in the next 5 years. It gives developers time to settle and focus on what they're working on and not the next generation of video game consoles. And, the worry is that devs are going to be overspending to try and hit whatever the next gen is, whatever that may be. And actually, no one's going to fucking buy the thing. So feels, I don't know. It concerns me.
Plus devs aren't spending time on getting used to the new hardware as well. Like obviously we know generation after generation, the time it takes to make a game has gone up. I do wonder if that would come down a little bit again if we stop releasing new hardware every 5 years.
See, are developers crying out for like more powerful hardware at this point? Because that's not something that I really
I'd be amazed
hear.
if they were.
Because you heard that at the end of the PS4 generation. Like how people were saying, this has reached it, like particularly with the Switch and all that kind of thing. It's like it's reached a limit now. We need more. But I'd never really hear this now for this generation.
I mean, we heard it around obviously the Series S as well, but even that seems to have quietened down the last sort of couple of years. Because it looked, 2 years ago, it's sort of, there was some cases. So there was like Baldur's Gate 3 was a big one. There was a couple of games where it's like, oh no, this actually runs really badly on the Series S. Maybe the Series S is like they're going to, look at maybe pulling support for it. I would hope they're not, given that they're now charging 420 quid for it. But yeah, it feels like some of that most of that noise has gone away. So I don't know if that's developers have got their heads around it or what.
Yeah.
I mean, also they can't really like pull the Series S anyway, like in the sense of, I mean, we don't know this for absolute certain, but it's always been heavily rumored that they've sold more Series S consoles than they have Series X.
Yeah.
And so that's a big user base potentially that they're losing.
Well, I mean, they got right. I mean, you look at the biggest release that Xbox had put out this year. It's Forza, right? And that runs on the Series S just fine. The boy, my son plays it a hell of a lot, and he loves it. He's exclusively played it on his Series S, and he's not been bothered the fact that it hasn't been as powerful, hasn't done 4K 60 or whatever it is that it achieves on the Series X. So I don't know, man. There's part of me that just kind of thinks that if another generation of consoles do come, it will be seen as a pro model rather than as Louis P says in the chat, there's going to be years and years of cross-gen because they're not going to want to lose the audience of the current generation, and the uptake of the next gen will not be anywhere near what it's been this time around. And I think it will be a situation where those games come out on both consoles, and it's like, well, if you want 60 frames, then you're going to have to move up. But the majority of people don't give a shit, so they'll be happy staying where they are.
Because I was watching like a Digital Foundry video, like talking about this the other day about how that's been the 60 FPS thing has been one of the major big things from this generation.
I agree.
That it's become like a kind of standard,
become normalized,
which is really good. It is
really good. It worries me for the next GTA, which I think I don't know if it's been confirmed that it'll be 30
No.
frames per second on current gen consoles. But yeah, that's going to be a bit of a eye opener for a lot of people that have got used to 60 frames. It will seem like really stuttery to them, especially if they don't know too much about how games are developed, and like they don't pay attention to stuff. It is noticeable. It's noticeable, and it will be noticeable in GTA.
It is, but then I'm sure I forget where I heard this now, but apparently the majority of players don't change from whatever the default.
Yeah,
is.
I read
But
the
that's
same.
that's
same
true.
thing,
But the default now is increasingly like performance mode.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
default
yeah.
to that because it's
You are noticing that a lot more.
it's the best
Yeah.
experience that you can have.
Okay.
Less filmic though, James.
Yeah, but it moves nicer.
Not playing a film, mate. Playing a video game.
So we've got a bit of an update, well, not really an update, on the disc-free future with Sony, because this is from VGC. Apparently, Sony are not going to back down on this, and they've been discussing selling codes in boxes to retailers instead. So
missing the point.
Exactly. Well, this is what I was about to get to, because so the Entertainment Retailers Association, which is like a UK trade organisation, they made a statement on this. They said every year millions of gamers still choose to buy physical copies because they value true ownership. A disc can be shared with family, traded in, collected, preserved, and crucially still played years from now. A download license often offers none of these freedoms. Physical games continue to bring people into shops and give consumers real value through gifting, collecting, and resale. The industry should be embracing every legitimate way consumers want to buy games, not narrowing their choices. Digital distribution has transformed gaming and is hugely popular, but it should complement physical formats, not replace them. I mean, these are good points, I think.
Yep.
I mean, and it's a shame, but I mean, yeah, Sony are not going to change their minds on this, because one of the things that VGC mentioned was that one of the major factories that they use for manufacturing the discs has already, like, they're going through the process at the moment of retooling it for other purposes, and so it'll be very costly, presumably, to stop that process and redo it for discs again. But I mean, there was also another story I saw today, which was like related, where like this idea of whether Xbox were going to, announce a disc, version of the Helix or whatever. But apparently that was on the table before Asher Sharma came, and became CEO. But that may have now changed. But I don't know. I'm still not sure if that console is ever going to happen. Really,
I feel like the one thing we still don't know is it possible, if someone wanted to make their own factory to make physical PS5 games, I assume they can't. I assume there's some proprietary tech or encoding or whatever involved.
Oh, you're talking about could third parties still create physical PS5 games?
I mean, I assume it wouldn't
not.
be cost
You need to license the disc to run on a PS5 every time, don't
signed, doesn't it? Signed
yeah. So I can't see that happening. I don't trust Sony with this stuff, because they already put their foot down on selling codes, right? On like Loaded had to. A lot of, I don't think it's every game, but the vast majority of that library on PS5 is not available as a digital download from other third-party retailers. And so why the fuck would they change their mind? Look, they're not going to change their mind. I think it's all bollocks. I think selling a code in a box is as ludicrous as it sounds, to be honest, at this point. Why would they pay to ship their games to have a fucking code in it? I know GTA are doing that now, but once they've dropped the requirement for physical games, then they're not going to be interested in doing that. I don't think it's not in their it's not in their interest to do that stuff. Yeah, look, this sucks. We've reported on this before. I don't like where all this is going, and I actually feel a bit shit about it. It's another great big fucking stinky pie on the end of a run of really shit food. No, it's not be good.
Yeah. So, sorry. The next news story is also not a great one. So this is from GamesIndustry.biz, and this is about Double Fine, because they've cut 23 roles now. Now they've become independent from Xbox. This is about 25% of the workforce has gone. Tim Schafer said this. He said, as a small, tightly knit team, these actions are not taken lightly. Only the survival of our studio would ever make us consider such painful action. The people who are losing were all important. They all made an impact on our games and culture, and they will be missed. We are committed to supporting each affected person as best we can, and we thank them for their hard work and commitment to the creative spirit we cherish here at Double Fine. Xbox also commented on this.
Good.
So they commented to Kotaku and they said Double Fine fully returned to independent management earlier this week with their IP catalogue and runway for their next games. As they begin their next chapter as an independent studio, we look forward to seeing what they create next. Which is like it's
In
like
other words,
they
it
might say,
wasn't
this is
us.
nothing. This is nothing to do with us.
Yeah. Can't blame us.
We gave them the money. We let them go. We let them be independent.
Yeah,
It's not our fault.
Sort of had something to do with you, Xbox, didn't it? I mean, let's not completely.
The thing that kills me about this, because we've said before, like when Microsoft was on a purchasing spree, were there studios that were like, hey, Microsoft's going to buy us, fucking let's hire a load of people, doesn't fucking matter. Like if Double Fine had 90 odd people for a studio that's usually juggling multiple projects, that's not big at all. That's already pretty lean. So I don't think you can sort of lay any accusations of them sort of being inefficient. Yeah, really shit.
Yeah, I feel really sorry for the people that left that place. It seems like a good place to work, or has been in the past. Yeah, that feels shit. I just really hope that Double Fine find their feet and can start building again, because it's not been a successful period moving over to Xbox, has it? For Double Fine,
it hasn't. To be fair, yeah, they've not been doing their best.
It hasn't been for any of those studios. I'm trying to think of any of them that have been bought that have.
Well, no, because if any of them did come out and smashed out brilliant stuff and earned loads of money, they wouldn't be being let go at this point.
Some of them, some that did, they still got let.
Sorry. I will say this. That sounded like I was blaming the studios. I am absolutely not doing that. What I'm saying is that, it's the way that Xbox was directing them, getting them to do what they wanted to do, and I do not blame any of the studios for that. Sorry, that sounded really dark. That's right. Not what.
I was going to say, but it's just frustrating, especially in the case of something like Double Fine, because they are not a studio that you buy because you think they're going to be a fucking money spinner. Like, let's face it. Like, they're a studio you buy because they are cool. They do interesting, beautiful stuff. So, but obviously, change of management, right? New management is not interested in that. So,
I mean, they were kind of a casualty of Game Pass, really. I think, in the sense, or a casualty in the sense of what Phil Spencer's, I think, what his original vision was for Game Pass and what it was going to be, and how unfortunately it didn't pan out.
But then equally, you could say surely they're the sort of studio that benefits because they're quite an odd studio that produce stuff that even as a huge fan of the studio, I'll admit not everything they do works, right? But I appreciate the attempt, and I appreciate what the things they try and do, and yeah, games like them being on Game Pass potentially exposes them to a much wider audience.
Yeah,
and it's the sort of stuff that people might not have checked out otherwise. But hey, it's free on Game Pass. So that was like the sort of the best case for Game Pass, wasn't it? There was like, oh well, it's exposing people. Like, people are going to be so much better educated about games because they can just play all this stuff for free they wouldn't have previously had access to, whether it was just through lack of exposure or money or whatever.
Well, that was Phil Spencer's dream, I think, of what would happen, but the economics didn't play out, did they? So it's kind of like it's not great.
Yeah.
Anyway, final story is potentially a more fun one.
Really
people think, well, no, because I'm just waiting for David's reaction to this.
Okay.
So it seems that there may be a release date for The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake that people think they've worked out, and that it's going up against GTA 6.
Can we stop for a second? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but
your video is stuttering a lot.
Yeah.
What? My whole computer is freezing up.
Ooh.
My whole
I'm
hoping it's
caught my virus from last week.
It looks like it's still recording with no issues. I don't understand why it's freezing up.
Have you got Safari running?
Yeah.
Close Safari. Like force quit it.
I want to close Safari because that's got all my notes on it. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. Let's try that. What's up with Safari at the moment?
Because I've had this today. Since the 26.6 update, Safari's been a bit flaky.
Hold on. Am I freezing up? You might have got it, James.
Yeah, you're fine now.
That's weird. Oh,
Yeah,
right. So
'cause-
Safari's being a dick.
Oh, yeah.
And
Right.
I did a restart today, and now it's been fine. But after the first update, it was a bit.
Oh no, it just went
Not
again then for a second. Hold on. Let's just be sure
Mm-hmm.
that I'm all right.
Need you to stay animated.
Yeah, let me do this.
Just do a little dance. Yeah. There you go. Get him go. That'll be the new welcome to the Discord thing. It still bothers me that I don't have one of those, but also I don't want to force it. So,
Okay, hopefully that's fine. So
I think
mine's at like 45 minutes, 30, 31, 32, 33. Does
Yeah.
that sound about right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, let's get back to it. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what the
the hell?
when was the recent update then?
It was on. I think it was last week. Like it was on. It was after we did the show last week, though. Like it was.
God.
Yeah. Are you on? Is it 26.6 you're on?
Hold on, let me have a look. About this Mac. 26.5 actually.
Oh, okay.
26.5.2.
Okay.
That's weird. Okay. All right, whatever. We're back. Okay.
Do you want to just start that?
Let's
news
start
story?
from that
Yeah, I'll
news
start
story.
with the story again. Okay, so I've got a bit more of a fun one to end because because people think that they figured out when the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Remake is coming out.
That's a news story, is it? People would
No, it's I knew that you would like this one, David. This is why I included this because I know you love speculation that's based on very little. And
Probably should have
it's,
been a fantasy zone, but it's too late now.
Yeah,
You know what they say about you, David. You love speculation based on very little.
it's true.
Yeah, they
It
do say
loves
that.
it.
I've
don't they?
always said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he absolutely
When I'm gone,
loves
people are
it.
going to be at my funeral going,
Yeah.
he really did love speculation about
He
things
loved-
based
he-
on very little.
He loved baseless speculation, and just always loved it, and it was one of the best bits of the show. Anyway,
You won't be there.
I'll already be dead, won't I? Probably.
That was the joke, and then I was going to spin it to say that you'd be busy, but you just went straight for that, did you? Okay, fine.
So anyway, the reason that people think this is going to happen is because there are 2 new amiibos that are coming out on the 12th of November. So that's when they reckon that the remake's coming out. These 2 amiibos are Sword Kirby and Dragoon, and Noir DDD. You see. Now,
What's that got to do with?
well, that's what you think. Yeah, that's the thing. You might be thinking, what's this got to do with
am
with
thinking that.
Ocarina of Time?
That is what
you
we're
see.
thinking, yeah.
But
Stop
apparently,
saying you see. You always say that when you get nervous.
apparently,
Stop saying you see. Apparently, yeah.
Apparently,
and that's why I said that. Historically, Nintendo has released new amiibo,
Historically,
even
Yep.
unreleased ones, at the same time as its games. You see. So there you go.
Unconvinced.
So
can you write
but no,
down you see as an episode title, please, Sean?
But there's another bit of evidence here, is that once the discovery was made, the listings have now been pulled for those amiibos.
Well,
So
it's
people
definitely
think-
true then.
People think there might
Yeah.
be something in it. There
Do you
might be
remember when
something in it.
James thought that GTA was being announced due to the moon or something? Do you remember that?
I didn't think that. That was bullshit. That was the Farley's Fantasy Zone.
Okay, well then maybe this should have been Farley's Fantasy Zone.
Maybe.
I do find it weird that we've not seen any more of that. That game is out in 3 months potentially. Why the fuck why don't we know more about that game? No, it's definitely out in the next 4 months. Holy shit. Oh my god, it's the 8th month of the year. What on earth is we're going to be talking about Game of the Year show soon, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. We're like, why have we not seen more of that video game?
Do you know, I reckon that people are going to be quite disappointed when that's actually released. Because I don't think it's going to be much of a remake at all.
No, I don't
No.
think it's going to be much of a
You're right.
remake. I don't think it's going to look that much better either. What about that? I don't, well, no, obviously it'll look better than the N64 version, but I'm getting Star Fox vibes from it at this point.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I think it's going to be... I'm not saying it's like a minimal job has been done on it, but I think, yeah, they won't change hardly anything, and it's just
No,
going to be...
I think you're probably right.
Which is a shame.
We've had a few of those this year, and they haven't exactly knocked our socks off, have they? Let's face it. I will play it. I will play it because I'm a mug. But that's where we're at. Okay, did they say if it was Switch 2 only that?
It must be, surely.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming out on the original Switch.
Not coming out on the original Switch. I've got a feeling that's more likely going to be early December. That's what I'm going to suggest for that one. That's when I reckon that's going to come out.
Well, do you know what?
December.
I think it's coming out on the 12th of November, David.
Okay, well, let's see. Let's see. I mean,
yeah.
I wonder if look at you trying to get us into a bet. I don't roll that way.
Go on, fight. Go on.
That's my job. Why are you trying to be me? Try and nick my thing. Okay, well, we'll see. I just think it's bizarre that Nintendo sort of showed a little teaser of it and then there's just not said anything since. It's fucking weird. I don't know when Nintendo's at the moment.
Well, they've got a tomorrow, so this will be what is today?
They've
It'll be
got
Tuesday.
a tomorrow.
I hadn't finished my sentence. Like, what the hell? It's just like at least let me finish my sentence.
Tomorrow.
We've all got a tomorrow. Well, I suppose some of us haven't, technically.
Tomorrow, which is Tuesday, which will have already happened. Which would have already happened at this point. They're doing a Fire Emblem Direct on Tuesday.
Okay, irrelevant. Right, should we get to completely irrelevant?
It's
James?
a big deal.
No, completely irrelevant to what we were saying. No.
Yeah. Sure.
No, you said I don't know what they're doing, and I'm just saying. Well, they are doing a Direct tomorrow.
Yeah, they don't even make Fire Emblem. It's not them.
I meant in regards to the remake that we've just been talking about.
I was trying to add some additional information. That's it.
You added some irrelevant information.
There's additional information.
Right, irrelevant. Should we write that down as an episode title as well? Right, shall we get to what you've been playing for this week?
Yes.
Sure.
Good. Speaking of Nintendo, should we have a little catch up on Splatoon Raiders?
Yes, let's.
I fucking love that video game.
It's really good.
I know. Apart from one thing, right? If anyone asks me what's the best video game with the worst final boss, this is in contention.
Yeah.
That final boss is fucking dreadful. Bits where you're jumping from platform to platform. You know when the developer knows that it doesn't quite work is when throughout the whole game they're like, you've got lives. You get to the final boss, it's like, you just can't
it.
Really
doesn't
die.
matter, just keep going. Yeah.
I fell off about 1,000,000 times in that.
Thank God. I thought this was just me.
No, it's terrible, Sean. Like, you use the thing to jump up, and then that thing blasts you for ages. It just, honestly, it was shit. And I was like, don't make me do this all again. Oh, you're not going to. Oh, the devs know. They know this isn't quite up to par.
They must have learned that from Splatoon 3, because the final boss in that, I hated. Like, absolutely hated that in the single player game. Matt thought it was all right, but I hated it because... It was the same
remember
thing.
Enjoying it. I don't remember any of the specifics now.
I hated it because I remember just having to repeat it over and over again. But
it's just dreadful. However, the rest of the game is fucking incredible, and I cannot. I mean, I've seen credits. I've done. There's 3 extra levels, which I'm sure there's more. But there's 3 extra levels that you have to do with each of the tanks, which is a concern because one of the tanks I just haven't used, not used.
This is why I said last week. I was like this because you said, why are you using different ones? Well, it doesn't just. I've got a build that I'm happy with, and this is why, because then it makes it easier later on for doing
that's just boring. Like, that's shit though.
It's
I don't
not
want to
though,
do
because
that.
then you get.
It is shit.
It's not shit because you get to experience different types of of like ways to play the game.
Right. Okay, but I've tried a few of those and didn't want to. And that's my choice. But the game's going, no, you have to. I will say though, I did start off with the speed tank. That was my favourite. I was running that all the way through the thing. And then I switched to the power tank and I ended the game on the power tank because a couple of those gadgets like really sort of... And for some reason, I don't know what this is, but so there's unlocks. You can... It's not a spoiler to say. If you really don't want to hear spoilers about Splatoon Raiders, then please skip forward a bit. But once you get your tank fully leveled up, you get an extra gadget. You can use an extra gadget, right? Which is fucking great, man. However, I've used the power tank way less than the speed tank. And yeah, I've fully unlocked the power tank, and I've still got another level to upgrade the.
That's because you
the
haven't
speed
used
tank,
the
right?
tactical tank.
Yeah.
What? So when you use the tactical tank, it also upgrades the speed tank.
So for each tank, the first big upgrade is just use that tank, and then the second big upgrade is like get X number of experience points with this tank and this other tank. So for the speed one, you have to get experience points with the tactical.
Oh, for fuck's
You're
sake!
not. I'll tell you what, David. You're not. I completely understand where you're coming from with this, because I actually found that quite confusing when I was looking at the like how to upgrade it, and I was just like, I
it's
don't
probably
really understand
there
what
in
this means.
text, but I'll be honest with you, with that game, I do tend to go, I can't be bothered reading all this, like, because it is done in that whimsical way, all the text, and I'm kind of like, fuck this. And like, it sounds like I'm being really negative. I fucking adore it. I sat down and played it again this evening before coming on this podcast. I was like, this is just brilliant. This is just really fun to play. It fucking looks great when everything's really kicking off. All the gadgets just seem like class. I love the weapons. I just think it's an excellent video game. I cannot believe how long I've spent on it. And I went into this going, it's good that it's a budget game because it doesn't fully feel like a full single player game. I think I'm moving away from that. I think it is. I think if it was a £70 game that Nintendo would be releasing, I think I would feel a little bit like there needs to be a little bit more to it. However, I do not feel shortchanged at all for spending 40 odd quid on it. I think, look, I just think it's brilliant. I think it's a fucking excellent video game, and I cannot stop playing it. I will not stop playing it. I'm going to go back and play some more this week. I'm level 45 now. I know you've maxed out, right, James?
Yeah, I got to 50. And,
Are you on 50 as well, Sean?
I'm on 50 now. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what's your focus now? Just upload, because once you finish, you can fully upgrade. Like, you can continue to level up one of your weapons, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I've got my favorite gun, and I'm now working on getting the right abilities on it. So I want to set it up purely for setting things on fire, and then that fire spreading between enemies.
I've not got to the point where I'm looking at all that shit yet. So
you have to start
interesting.
like dismantling shitloads of guns basically to start putting the right, or like start. So every time you dismantle a gun, if it has like abilities on it. So for example, 2% chance of setting enemies on fire. That will then give you like a piece of that ability, and then you need like 30 of them to apply it to another weapon. So a lot of just farming for guns and then dismantling them basically. I mean, I'm not like going out my way to just do that. Like, I'm still just, mopping up levels, doing stuff on spicy difficulty or whatever. And then in the process of that, I'm getting guns and dismantling them.
See, that's one of the things that I love so much about this, is that every run you do, you get tons of stuff.
Yeah,
and
you
often,
really do. Yeah.
And often it's really useful stuff as well. I mean, I'm going through now. My objective now is I just want to finish everything on super spicy, and then I'm gonna maybe have a trial run at the final thing, which at the end of the game. But I mean, this is kind of at the moment. I know you alluded to this a bit like last week, David. It's like I am starting to feel like this is maybe in the game of the year like conversation.
Oh, I mean, that was without a doubt last week. I knew it would be. It's almost definitely going to be on that show, and I can see it going far I just think it's. Look, I think there is part of it that it's way more passive than I would usually like from a video game. Like, it's very much like I'm firing my gadgets off. It's less about making sure you're aiming exactly right. I'm playing a lot of Call of Duty at the moment as well. And look, I'm not saying that is like there's no contest. It's not even close. Like, Splatoon Raiders is a much better game. However, the approach to that game is about precision and movement and stuff. Whereas this is a little bit more passive than that. And then even, it can get to the point, especially in the later stages, where it really is just like, you're not even focusing on what type of enemy it is and taking down the enemy in a specific way anymore. You are literally trying to Vampire Survivors your way through this level at this point and making sure it's why I really like the fast or the speed tank, because I use that one where you can hop out of danger all the time, and it's so like it's a lifesaver in so many ways. So.
I love that where so you can you can hop in and then like activate like the satellite thing or whatever, like the satellites one, and it just does massive damage as well, which is really
I
good.
think look, I think it's definitely in contention. Like it's one of my favorite games of the year for sure. I can't see a game knocking it off at this point, and I'm so surprised because I had zero interest in buying this game, zero interest, and even when I started it the first hour, I was like, okay, all right, it's okay. And in fact, actually, I'm listening to a lot of podcasts where they're talking about it, and they go, it seems fine, and I'm like, you're in the first couple of hours, you wait until it starts kicking in, and it becomes its own thing. I really rate it.
It's just, I mean, I can't think of any game this year so far that I've had this much sort of just pure fun like playing. It's just.
Yeah, but is it numb? Are you finding that it's numb fun as well?
Oh yeah,
I can sit there with my legs up, almost half in.
It's like a trance
consciousnness.
Yeah, you're like in the trance.
Totally.
For me, it sort of goes back and forth. Like there are levels where I can do that, then there are others where I have to sit up and pay attention. And I find that sort of that ebb and flow between the two really.
But it's good, because each stage is really not very long at all. It's like it's so easy to just sort of like slip into one and just sort of like blast
and there's literally no punishment for dying. It's just like, in fact, actually you get rewarded for dying. It's like you died, so here's the stuff you collected up to this point. And it's like, fucking hell, all right. And there are a few of the levels that I'm kind of like, the ones where you're trying to race to the end and you're looking at trying to find shortcuts and stuff like that. I don't think that's when Splatoon's at its best. So those levels are a little bit like there's a few of those, and I'm kind of like I've got a couple of the compass levels that I just haven't bothered doing because I've done it once and gone. It's been like a race to the end, and I've been short by about 20 seconds.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, okay, well I could watch a YouTube video of how someone skips all these corners or whatever, but I don't know, I'll come back to that. I'll do that later. Like I don't feel that I'm getting enough out of those. It's sort of a way of just showing you how to use gadgets in an interesting way, but
like you said, it's
I adore this.
You do sort of like zone out, but that's also when, like for me, like the time has just evaporated when I played this game as well. Just because I just keep going for another one, go for another one, go for another one, and I think it's brilliant. I really do.
Yeah, it's a brilliant video game. It's like
great
the first
podcast game as well.
Oh, interesting, because I've been listening to music. I've had other music because the music is bad.
Yeah, it's not great.
I think it's safe to say we mentioned it last week. So I've been sticking albums on. I haven't listened to a podcast actually.
No, fair enough.
But yeah, I've had music on. Weird, isn't it? It's it's so disappointing because that's such a good part of Splatoon. It does make me want to play. Well, it's funny. I said before coming on, it sort of makes me want to play Splatoon 3, but actually, I wouldn't mind playing a new multiplayer one that has a little bit more to it. Because I really love Splatoon 2. Splatoon 3 was okay, but didn't feel different enough for me to stick with it. Like it didn't stick with me and my friends. So I'd love to, actually have a new one, but with a little bit more to it, some new ideas and that. Like they need to evolve the multiplayer really a little bit. I think. Even though the multiplayer is in way of the concept itself is fucking great and unique. So maybe it doesn't. It was quite funny though because I was playing Call of Duty last night and the round started. I just started firing my gun straight away, and Jay was like, "Why are you doing that?" And I was like, I literally held the shoot button, then held the aim, like look down sights button, because I was trying to jump in the ink. It was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm sorry."
What was somewhere else?
Yeah, very, very good game. I'll do my second game. I've been playing Halo Campaign Evolved, which is the remake of Halo, the second remake of the original Halo campaign. Right, it's important to say this is a single player game only. 42 quid, same price as Splatoon Raiders, I think. Which, when you put it like that, you kind of get it. But the ultimate feeling I get from this is that it is weird that it has been released. I think
How so?
because it's clearly a tech process of saying, right, can we take Halo and put it in the Unreal Engine to make it, make it easier to develop for and to. And you go, yeah, you can, but why are you selling it to us? Like, why are you selling this experiment to us?
Yeah, if this
And
is an exercise for the staff or whatever, great.
yeah,
But yeah,
I have disgusted my friends because they've been asking what it's like, and I'm like, well, I can't really comment on what it's like as a Halo game, right? Because I'm playing it on normal, and then I get the whole, you're playing it on normal. No, you don't play Halo on normal. Yeah, well, I'm playing with my son. We're playing that in co-op, and I will say it's been beautiful watching him react in very similar ways to how I reacted when I was playing it. Like, it's wild. Like, Halo is so old, and this is a sort of one-to-one remake of that game. The levels all laid out the same, and you're doing the same things and stuff. But when we crashed the spaceship right at the start and we got out, I said, right, Harry, look at me. This planet, see all the forest and all that sort of stuff. We're on the inside of a ring. Look up. And he sort of looked up and he was like, whoa, that is cool. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's fucking cool. And then, he was asking me who the Covenant were. And I was like, don't really know, but the aliens. Didn't really follow the story.
well, I was going to say, does much of the story of Halo 1 land at all? Because my memory is very much Halo 1 didn't have a fucking clue what was going on. Halo 2, I think pretty much the same. By Halo 3, I'd sort of picked up enough that I had some idea of what was going on. Oh, the elites are friends now. And then, like the Halo story is something that's sort of coalesced over years for me. But maybe there are people who are like, no, the story in Halo 1's fucking banging. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I've spoken to someone who has said that to me.
Okay.
The cutscenes are longer, and I'm following it a lot more than I ever did when I was younger. But it was not why I was interested. And Harry is very much like, these cutscenes are really long and boring, and I'm like, yeah, I know, whatever. But then he had that moment where he hit an elite with a sticky grenade, and it blew up everyone around him, and he was like, this is really cool. The first time he got on a warthog, he was like, this is crazy. And I'm like, shit, but games have moved on a lot since then, but there's still something about the whole Halo thing that is exciting.
The combat still, because I've played this as well, not very much, because every time that I started playing it, I just thought I'd like to go back and play Splatoon for a bit, because it's like, and the reason being is because, and I'm going to play this and I'll play it all through, is because it's like, this feels like more of an investment. Like, I need to sit down and I need to sort of like get into it and everything. And you can't. I never feel with Halo games that you can just sort of like play for like 15 minutes or whatever like that and then stop. It's like, I'm going to sit here for a while.
An hour and a half at least.
Yeah, I'd like to play this, and it's like, I just didn't feel like it. But it's funny because I've been playing it on PS5, and when it first came out, because I downloaded it, and because it uses the adaptive triggers like for the shooting, and I think they've changed this now, because when
wasn't it shit when it initially launched?
Yeah,
the adaptive triggers.
The adaptive triggers thing was ridiculous because it was really hard to pull, for shooting, and
like me
at
college.
That's pretty good. And it's like you pulled it really hard, and then it was like. It sort of did all this really horrible clicking and stuff, and it was awful. But then they released like a patch, and that seems to have been way toned down now. So it's like less, less apparent.
There was also reports that the frame rate was fucking all over the place on PS5.
Well, no,
is that true?
This is not. This is what's quite funny, because the Digital Foundry did like their video of like the whole thing, and it turns out that the PS5 version actually runs better than the Series X version, which is weird. And the PS5 Pro one is the best obviously of all the ones that come out.
Bizarre.
But there's like some certain little things like texturing is apparently slightly better on PS5, and also the cutscenes don't have stutter, which apparently the Xbox Series X one does.
Yeah, I've noticed a bit of stutter in the first cutscene, not much since. Look, it's been wonderful watching Harry react to Halo the way I did in a very similar way. He's not quite in yet, but he's getting there. I've heard him hum, and I'm like, yeah, I know, mate. I've been there. I'd be really interested to see if he is gripped by the end of it. I'm a little bit worried about having to go. Yeah, just ignore the flood bit. Just ignore the library.
That's
Library
been,
was this one, wasn't it?
it is this one, yeah, but apparently that's been reworked. Like, so I don't know if
Oh,
they've
interesting.
improved it. I mean,
I'll
some of the
check it
levels
out. I mean,
they've slightly
sorry, go on.
changed. Have you?
Did
The other thing that I found that is a bit weird, like you've driven the Warthog, right? In
yeah,
this,
yeah.
does it feel a lot heavier to you and
No.
more difficult to control?
No,
'Cause it does
no,
to
no,
me.
no. It felt like it did in the original game. You know, you can change those controls apparently. Like they've added some modernization to the game. Like so you can run now. There's a sprint button. There's you can technically look down iron sights. It's not really looking down iron sights. It is sort of just changing perspective of where the gun is. I think it works quite well in this. There's also you can change them to more traditional driving controls. I'm interested to see how that works out.
Well,
But no, I didn't find it any harder than it was originally. It was always a mess. That
because the default on the PlayStation, I don't know if this is the because I don't see. I remember it on the Xbox that it was just use the stick, right, just to like push forward. And
yeah,
then
you push forward with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
left
yeah.
stick, and then right. It's like you're aiming, and
So
it follows where you're aiming.
the default on the PS5 is you use the triggers to accelerate and to
Whoa.
brake.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
They must have gone. Xbox must have gone. No, that lot are new to the world
Thinking
of Halo.
You play it like it's bloody Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Idiots.
we better make it a little bit
Better-
more
better
simplified for
Dumb
those.
it down.
And it
for
feels
'em.
weird.
Yeah,
It does feel weird.
I'll switch it back then. You could you could change the controls back.
What do you think? What do you think about it visually? Because to me, it feels simultaneously really nice looking and then also very average in places.
I think yes, it goes from looking really really nice to really really rough. I have seen a number of reviews and comments online about people saying that it's lost its style. I think that's bollocks. I'll be honest with you. I think visually, I think that's horseshit. I think the way that the trees and the grass looked in the original Halo on the original Xbox is not through stylistic choices. I mean, if you go back and look at what that original game looked at the time, it was trying to look like a natural forest that you'd find on Earth. It wasn't trying to, be this ultra stylized. The architecture was stylized, and that is in this game. I think there's a little bit of glamorizing the past with these things. I think there are definitely some complaints where you could say, as I said, I'm not playing on some of the higher difficulty settings. That's when you'll really notice the difference in terms of enemy AI and all that sort of shit, which is really, really important in Halo games. So I can't comment on that, but I do think there's a lot of the one review that they said everything just looks generic now in the Unreal Engine. It's making me wish it just looked like the original game. And I went back and looked at the same little image of where that area in the original game. I was like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You might think you do, but you don't. Like,
I hate it when people are like, oh, it's a Unity game, or oh, it's an Unreal. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like you don't know anything about how people make stuff. Like, there are games that run on whatever engine that look nothing like other games. Like they're all choices that developers make, and that's fine. I don't really subscribe to this idea that engines have like a certain look.
No, I think the Unreal Engine did in the 360 era that had that sort of washed out look to everything. I don't necessarily find it here. I think there's something to be said when you look at something like Sonic Frontiers and you go, oh look, this is a load of asset dropping, and this doesn't feel real. This feels like a load of assets bought from a store and dropped into this area. Like I kind of understand
like a telephone booth and stuff.
Yeah. It doesn't. I don't personally feel that it feels like that in this, but I do think you're right, James. In that, in some areas, I'm like, this looks passable, and then you'll go somewhere, go, this looks really good for a bit, and then you're like, it's back to passable again. So, it's a weird one. Look, Would I recommend this to anyone? No. You've probably played Halo before if you're listening to this podcast. Is this going to add to anything? No. And I think if if you've been PlayStation for life, brah, are you going to want to play the original Halo campaign? You'll probably see it as quite a dated game at this point, even though maybe not, because Harry's like blown away by it so far. So maybe there is something to be said about going back to this, but I don't really understand why it's a thing and why it's out. And I also really don't understand how you release a Halo game like this and not have
Multiplayer.
the multiplayer in it. And I know it's not the point, but it fucking should be, in my opinion. This should have multiplayer in it.
Well, the rumours at the moment is that the next game they're working on is a Halo 2 remake, like in the same vein. Yeah, they're going to do that.
I mean,
They're just full of ideas.
My biggest problem is that this is a personal thing, but I ran through all of those games back to back not that long ago. I mean, like in the past 5-6 years, and a lot of them are nowhere near as good as we remember the campaign wise. I mean, multiplayer's always been excellent. I don't think I've played a bad multiplayer Halo game. Like they've all been fucking great. But campaign wise, there's been some rough shit along the way. I can't remember which one we decided. I know ODST was way worse than you remember when you go back to it. When was the last time you played it? Go back and play it. I pray of you because it is. Yeah, it is not. It's not. The jazz in the streets does not make it a good game. But yeah, I mean, but then Reach is fucking unreal. I wouldn't mind seeing a much nicer version of that, but I don't think we're there yet. We don't need one yet. Like the original Reach still feels and plays and looks okay. Yeah. Anyway, that's my thought. Yeah, that's my thought. I did want to qualify something I was saying when I was talking about going back and playing the original game, and you'll never want to do that. You will if you're ready to play the original game, like nostalgia and playing through it on the old tech and all that. And retro gaming, like I get that, and I'm not saying that that's not viable or that's not a thing that you should want to do at all. What I'm saying is that if you're playing this new Halo game, at no point you're going, I wish this one looked like that one, because what would be the point in that case, Anyway, that's Halo Campaign Evolved. I want to get back to James. Sorry, Sean.
That's all right.
Because I am fascinated to hear how you've been getting on with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, Matt's not here.
No.
So you could be yourself, mate. Yeah?
I will. I've got notes here. I've got quite a lot of notes.
Okay.
Which I'm going to have to go through. See, I finished it. I finished it over the weekend. Because I've got time on my hands over the weekend at the moment, and it's half a great game. it's what I would say.
The first half?
The first half, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
And this is the problem, right? Because I was thoroughly enjoying it, like really, really enjoying it, and I really was enjoying like all the character work and seeing how they grew and how they interacted and the whole thing. And then the second half of the game kind of killed it for me. Like it really did. And
I'm so glad, because you reacted to this game in exactly the same way as I did. Exactly the same. And I think what annoys me the most and why I'm so negative about it is because it was really good. And then I got for me, it's sort of just after the city thing, that sort of grimy Biff Tannen city.
Well, this is the thing, right? Because I don't think I've played a game with this much padding, like for years. Like completely pointless, unnecessary padding, right? And it's having to repeatedly go through like the same locations. That's irritating. That's really annoying. But the biggest problem I had with it was like the sense of urgency about stuff, because there's parts of the game whereby, like in the as part of the plot, they're really focusing on the idea that we've got to do something now. Like it's got to be done now. We've got to deal with this. It's going to be a catastrophe. It's going to be a crisis. Like what's going on. But the way the characters behave during that time completely destroys that. Like for me, because they don't act in any with any urgency at all, like during certain situations. And there's incredibly like overly long like dialogue sequences with people, like you've got literal buildings like coming down around you, and they're having these long like heartfelt conversations with like a dying person on the ground.
I know
And
exactly the bit you're talking about. That's the bit where I just went, "Oh, I don't care." Look,
Yeah.
that bit you're talking about when you're climbing up
Yep.
the tower, right?
Yes.
And then a character dies,
Yep.
and that was so. I got to that bit, and that happened, and afterwards I went, "Oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about the characters anymore." Like I did about halfway through this game, and now this I don't care anymore. I don't care, and that is when I was like really started grinding to a halt with that whole bit, and then the cat, and then I was like, right, okay, I don't
Yeah, I'll
know.
come to
I mean,
that.
I did a few more levels after that. I did do a few more levels after that, but fucking hell, you're absolutely right. Mate, this is incredible because that is beat by beat what I was going through as well. Like, and that was so significant, that moment, because
Yeah.
it really did go,
'Cause
oh,
it
I'm
was
supposed to
absurd.
give a shit, and I don't. Yeah.
It was absurd because first of all, you don't spend enough time with that character to
Yeah.
really have really built up the kind of relationship where you've got to have that kind of conversation. But also the fact that you're having that conversation when you're being repeatedly told we've got to deal with this problem now. Like, I'm sorry, but you'd be like, I'm sorry you're dead. I've got to deal with this now because otherwise a lot of other people are gonna die. But it's that whole thing of just like having to have these like overly long dramatic conversations, which is I know that's one of the hallmarks of the series of there has to be like this melodrama and all that kind of stuff. I totally get that, but the trouble is that for me it broke the spell, because if the characters that you're playing as don't seem to care about like the rules that the world has created in terms of the urgency, then the stakes for me are broken. Like, I don't feel that there's actually any stakes in what I'm doing. That was one of the biggest problems I had with it. And I mean, there were so many moments, like particularly like towards the end of the game, that were clearly supposed to sort of pull at the heartstrings, but they didn't really work for me because of this, because it felt artificial, like what had been created by this point, and because they didn't focus on the characters I felt where you'd actually built those relationships with. These were people that are not really so as important as some of the others, and that was one of the major problems. And I mean, that whole the thing with the cat is just ridiculous, and it is ridiculous because you've got that like whole massive sequence. It's all explosions, loads of stuff going on, emotional moment, and then you've got that cat appears. And I mean, David, you've said that it doesn't show up any other time, and it doesn't show up at any other time in that game, right?
That's what I was told. Yeah, I can't verify that as fact, but that's what I was told. Yeah,
I completely understand what you mean about why that took you out of it as well, because the art style of that cat is completely different to me than anything else in the game. And it's just like, I don't know where this has come from. Like, what was the point of this? And it felt like it cheapened like this massive sacrifice that had just gone on. And then you got that thing running out, and just like, I don't know what the point of that was. What was the point?
Well, obviously it was a nod for fans, right? And that was it. And that sort of made me go, but if you were to meet that character later and it was explained, then I was there because I was doing this. You didn't even need to explain why it was a cat. You just like, do you know what I mean? It's just like, if it's lived in that world afterwards or before, prior to that happening, then fine. Like, I get it, but it was total disregard to people coming to the series for the first time or playing the game for the first time. It was a big middle finger to them, and for what? Like, there are wilder things in this game.
Yeah.
Some of the things you fight, specifically at that gauntlet, are insane. Right, way more insane than the cat. It's not the fact that it's a fucking cat.
But it's the context of when it's done.
It's the context, exactly,
that makes it a problem.
100%.
If they'd have just stuck it in a bar somewhere, like you just see it sitting there or something like that, it would have been
Stuck it in a bar.
it would have been fine. But it's just the way it's like it completely just like neutered like what had just happened before for me, because it's just like, this is supposed to be a serious moment, and then you got this happening, and I don't know where this has come from. It's just really weird. The ending of the game is also particularly egregious, like in the sense that nothing much happens for very long sections at the end of the game, and there's all these platforming bits and like sort of semi like puzzle sections that just feel like they're there to just slow you down. Like the only reason is to extend the length of like what's going on, and yeah, I mean the game needed an editor. Like it really, really needed an editor to come along and just say, look, this doesn't need to be 40, 50 hours long. This could be like 20, 25 hours. And you'd have had a much tighter, much more enjoyable experience. And you see, the thing is, I enjoyed the first half of this game so much that I bought Rebirth, like the what's it called, the second one, because it was 25 quid in like the sale for like the deluxe version. I was like, okay, I'm really enjoying this. I want to see where it goes next. Now I'm not so sure. Although I did play Intermission. Like I played the
this is what I don't get about you. You are wild with this.
well,
shit.
because I paid for it, so I
all the
wanted to
stuff
play
that he
it.
said, Sean. He sent me a video of something that really annoyed him in the game, and I was like, I don't recognise this. Hold on, are you playing the second game already? No, I'm playing the DLC for the first one.
Because
well, then I don't know what to tell you.
It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and so I thought I'd just play. I'll just get through it and finish this bit.
But you only get one go at life, James. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but there's always the chance that things can get good, and it's like, and the thing is with this is the end. You see, actually, for this intermission thing, hated it mostly. The character they introduced, I really didn't like. I found her really irritating. But the ending of the chapter, really good. It had a really good, solid ending to set up the next game. But then, I mean, as Ben said in the chat, I've heard that Rebirth has got even more padding than this one's got, and that makes me much less feeling like I want to go and play it now. This is why I need to talk to Matt about it, because I want to know because he's finished it, right? I think Rebirth.
Yeah. I should hope so.
Yeah, did he?
I know, has he? Oh, maybe not.
Can't remember.
Because I need to talk to him about it, because I want to know.
Because I remember he played about 3 hours of it at the start of the year, and then there was throughout the year people were writing in going, Matt, if you don't fucking finish this, no one else is going to nominate it for the game of the year. And I'm pretty sure he did.
Okay.
But it's just it's just such a shame, because the first half of that game is really good. Like, it's really good. And it's just, I just felt, I don't know what they were thinking.
It's insane, isn't it? When, obviously everything we hear now about how difficult it is to make games. And it's like, no, this would have been improved by subtraction.
Yeah.
Like, you did not need to put this much stuff in. Like,
you also did not need to spread this over 3 games, like, really.
Probably not.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it probably could have been tidied up. I don't know. Look, it's weird. I feel for Final Fantasy fans, because they must hate the fact that we're just slating it. But I just... See, it's the way I reacted to it. I think you're totally right, James. I was exactly with you on that. It was a whole series of events that happened in that game, from the ghost children, the climbing the tower bit, to going through the sewers again several times. It was like, fucking hell, mate, I can't handle this. I can't, it's relentlessly bad after that opening half of a game.
See, what's really frustrating about it is that the overall story, I am intrigued. Like, it is very interesting. I think what they're doing.
Yeah,
with
the world they
and,
create is really cool. Yeah,
it's really interesting, and that's why I probably will end up playing Rebirth at some point, because I want to see. I do want to see where they go. With that.
Look it up on Wikipedia, mate. It'll be fine.
I was just going to say, Grey Dragonclaw in the chat was saying, like, I wish they'd just given the original Final Fantasy VII a makeover, and like. Because I thought that's what Ever Crisis was sort of going to be, but then it wasn't. It became a shitty gacha game, and then they killed it, right? So,
oh right,
never mind.
Yeah,
really weird.
I heard the other day that they were talking about doing a remake of 6, and like they were saying, oh, that'll probably be like 5 or 6 games. We'd have to do for that, and you're just like, why?
No,
like these, it's like you don't need to do that. It's completely fine.
If it was one and done, I'd be well up for a remake of 6.
Yeah.
What a story! What a twist! Even now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you have to tell me about that, because I sure as hell I'm
never
not
play
playing that game. Yeah, weird. Okay, well, that's interesting. So you've got Face Up to Matt Murray next week, James.
Yeah, looking forward to
that, mate.
Yeah.
So all right, that's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, Sean,
hello.
What have you got left for us?
I got one more game called Rita. This was a recommendation from a friend of the show, Lindy. It's I think it's a solo dev, and it's a puzzle platformer where you're a little chicken and you walk around solving crosswords. But it's fucking great. It's the hook is that you're walking around this 3D environment, you're picking up letters, and you also have a newspaper. And initially it's got a crossword in it, but then as you're picking up letters and solving words in the crossword, they then change the world. So they'll make a bridge appear, or they'll make a character appear, or whatever, or give you a certain item or a certain ability or what have you. And initially, right, this is cool, got the measure of this, like get letters, solve clues, get things appear in the world, I can then progress. Brilliant. And then, like, I've only played about an hour at this. I think it's about 10 hours long. And by the end of that, I've got so I'm in this one area, but I've got 2 crosswords on the go. And also, what are they called? Those puzzles that are it's like the visual representation of a word, but using words, but spaced out in the rebus puzzles, or
I don't know.
A friend of the show, Chris Mann, I think called them dingbats.
I think they are called dingbats.
Yeah. So there's so I've got this this little newspaper. So I've got 2 different crosswords, and then I've got some of these other puzzles as well. And then also on top of that, you sometimes find these little secret portals into like another dimension or whatever, where you're doing word searches. But again, you're trying to traverse an environment and stuff's either missing or gone wrong or whatever, and you're finding words in the word search that are going to fix that. And I don't want to spoil it, but it does some really clever stuff. It kind of signposts what it's doing. It doesn't just leave you to feel like an idiot. So you sort of you go into one of these sort of special portal things, and each one has a title, which is the theme of the puzzles in that sort of world. And one of them says first idea isn't always the best, or something like that, right? And lo and behold, you see things in the environment. You're like, oh right, I need to find the word bridge, for example. But It's not that. You're looking for a different word, but you're not really sure what. So you're kind of scanning around like, oh shit, what? So if I type, if I find this in the word search and then spell that out, and then it does something unexpected that allows you to progress. It's just, it's really fucking got me. I'm really, really enjoying it. It doesn't look amazing. It looks like you can tell it's like either, I say, whether it's solo dev or a small team or whatever. But the design of it is spot on. It's been absolutely perfect. Every time I've felt a little bit stuck, it has just been a case of hang on a minute, what? Maybe in the crossword, maybe I'd sort of use some letters to half finish one word, and then be like, oh no, hang on a minute. If I take that T, I can actually finish this other word over here, and then that creates something in the world, and that opens up other paths and stuff. It's really, really beautifully done. I can't wait to play more of it. Apparently it runs great on the Steam Deck,
cool.
which would be perfect for. If they can get this on the Switch, I think that would be absolutely fantastic.
It looks beautiful. Just the art style looks really nice. I like it.
Do you think? Actually, I wasn't really taken with the way it looks. It's very sort of big, chunky.
Yeah, James, fucking hell. Fuck
James,
you.
Shut up.
Getting involved.
Yeah. Don't support me. I don't need.
I love everything about this game. The sound's really good. The sound is shit. The sound is absolute shit, James. You're an idiot.
Ronnie looks nice.
Yeah, Rita. It's like 12 quid on Steam, and I've been having a lovely time with it.
Cool. All right, that's what we've been playing this week. Should we wrap it up with a few questions?
Probably should. It's only been an hour now. It's a short show, lads.
No, we'll drag this out for an hour, for half hour.
Well, Matt's not here,
Come
so
on.
maybe.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah.
That's true.
If you want to send us a question, go to tcgs.co. Kurt Lewin says, "Hi chaps, what are your?" This is the most. If you thought the message we had from Kurt earlier was the most Kurt Lewin message ever, this one tops it. Hi chaps, what are your top 5 favourite fruits and vegetables? Mine would be prunes, nectarines, blueberries, broccoli, and tomatoes.
Good fucking question.
I wouldn't go for any of those that he's chosen.
No.
No.
Pineapple's definitely up there for me.
Yeah.
That is high quality. That is high quality fruit.
Yep.
Mushrooms have to be up there for me. I fucking love a musher. Are you not a mushroom guy?
No, it's like the one thing I just cannot do for some reason.
Really? Oh man, there's nothing better than with your steak having a big, like, huge mushroom, some butter on top.
Why'd you ruin
Fucking
your
have
steak
that.
like that?
Well, you don't. You have it off to one side. You don't put it on top of the steak.
Have it like a big burger.
Yeah. A
I
mushroom.
reckon broccoli's up there.
It's all right.
I used to think I hated broccoli, but it turns out if you just boil the shit out of it, it's not very nice. Raspberries on top tier fruit for me.
Over strawberries.
I prefer raspberries. I
An arrogant fruit like a pear.
I will eat and enjoy strawberries.
Sorry, that's James's one, right? I showed James's I showed him when James came over once. I showed him that Bill Burr skit on what's his face, Steve Jobs. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
No, I know you have, mate. I'm telling Sean that you've seen it.
No, I've not seen it.
Right, okay, so Bill Burr does this bit on. It was after Steve Jobs died, and he was like, he was just seemed like a nightmare. The bloke, and goes into one about him. One of the things he's trying to say is he's walking around, sort of saying, "Right, I want all the albums that I own into something this big, make it happen." He said that's all Steve Jobs did, walking around his office eating an arrogant fruit like a pear. just the way he said it. And everything. It's one of the things that I can mention and always get a laugh out of James Barlow.
CJPJ3000 in the chat has pointed out mushrooms technically not fruit or vegetables.
No, fungi in it.
Okay.
I
mean, I've got to go for mango. Mango's my number one. Like fruit.
Mango
is high quality.
I love mango.
I feel like we're just all naming fruit because fruit's nicer than vegetables.
It's pepper. Peppers.
Yeah, peppers.
Yeah. Peppers are great.
Yeah, they're
I'm with you on mushrooms though.
I fucking love onions. Can't eat them.
Yep. I love
fuck
onions.
me up.
Really?
They fuck me up. Yeah. And some days, I've said this to James before. Some days I go, right, I'm going to shit through the eye of a needle tonight. Give me those onions.
It's a really common one, isn't it? Yeah, onions and garlic.
Garlic's another bad one for me, but I fucking love garlic. Yeah.
People in the chat are saying potatoes.
100%.
100%. Versatile.
Very versatile.
Yeah.
Very versatile, Sean.
Yeah.
You're right. We're just naming stuff now, aren't we? Should we get to the next one?
Maria Mendieta says, "Dear TCGS Continental Philosophers, thank you, David, for your rendition of The Last of Us raspy vocals last week, which inspired this week's question. From Joel to Banjo's rucksack, bags have had key inventory or mechanic roles in games. In which game or genre would your own rucksack and its contents prove to be useful? Keep up the excellent work. Sincerely, Maria."
Oh, God, there's not many. I have got like a really basic rucksack. I should have a better one, right? Because everyone in my office has a really good one. Because usually you're taking PPE to site, right?
Yeah.
Boots and hats and high vis vests and all that sort of shit, drawings and all that. Mine is literally a black rucksack that I'm pretty sure is designed for a school child. It's got a holder on the side for a drinks bottle. It's definitely for a school kid.
Now we're talking.
So mine would be pretty useless in all. Like, I can't imagine playing, Splatoon and having all my weapons in the backpack there, because they just rattle around and it'd be really dangerous. Actually, you'd open it up, it'd just be ink just dripping out. If it's for fuck's sake. So it's not the best backpack. James. Sorry, Sean. No, go on.
Because I think I mentioned a while back, I decided I wanted a nice torch or flashlight if you're across the pond. No. And basically, it turns out if you go on YouTube and you go trying to find what a good flashlight is, torch, whatever, in 2026, you start getting loads of EDC videos, everyday carry, which is.
Matt's into that, isn't he?
Is he? That does not surprise me.
He always carries around a knife, doesn't he, Matt?
Oh, he's not. Oh my god.
Yeah, he carries around a penknife. We've spoken about this before.
Have we? I don't remember.
He forgot it was in his bag when he went to the airport once. He told us that story.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So it's mostly men of a certain age who just go, right, I need a hobby. I want a bag that's going to make me the most useful man on earth.
Sure.
And I've always go on.
You are saying this just after saying that you decided one day that you needed a good quality torch.
Yeah. Well, this is when I was going camping, so I had a valid reason for that. Anyway,
Okay.
so I've always sort of turned my nose up at the EDC stuff, and then the other week I went for a day out in Manchester on my own, and when I arrived, I realised my phone had not charged overnight, nor in the car. Don't know why. I'd forgot my headphones. This, that, and the other, and I was like, my nose is running. I haven't got any tissues. I had a bit of a cold, and I was just like, fuck, I need a bag with all this shit in it, and I just need to bring it with me everywhere, or else this is the sort of situation I'm going to find myself in. So yeah, so now I have a little bag with a USB battery, some tissues, some Nurofen.
See, Sean, this is exactly the same as what I've got.
Yeah.
Like I've got a bag which has just got a bunch of cables and stuff, like USB battery, things like that in it, the tissues.
Yep.
Also, paracetamol.
Yep.
That's what I've got. I carry that around everywhere.
I've still got woolly gloves in mine for some reason because I can't be bothered to take them out.
Never know.
Yeah, I can't keep them in there for the winter, and then like I was just like, I've got my woolly gloves in there, hay fever tablets, some paracetamol. Yeah, all of that.
I also have a bee revival kit. Have we talked about that before?
What, just in case you find a dead bee?
No, in case you find a dying bee, Dave. That's completely different.
You're not reviving it then, are you?
What do you think it was like a little pair of...
Yeah, a little
defibrillator.
Yeah. Stand back. Checking pulse.
It's a little vial with like sugar water in it.
How many times have you just gone? Try that. Try a bit of that.
Pick me up.
I like to call it the Sean Bell revival kit. The Bell revival kit. That's what I should have said. Fuck. I always think of the good ones after. Where do we go from here? Oh, that was Maria's question.
It was Maria's question. Basically, we're all cool guys who carry loads of useful things. So
we all went from going everyday carry, what wankers, to saying, yeah, no, I've got a bag.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm one of them now. I'm going to get some fidget toys to go in there as well. I don't carry a knife though.
He's got like, check out my knife selection.
And some sweets. We're going to have some sweets in mine, and maybe a pack of playing cards. I carry my pogs around with me still.
I did think about putting the Miyu Mini in there as well as a little. You never know, do you?
You never know when you need to game.
No. Eskil says, dear VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and DCP, I've the honour of having been admitted to the board of my local town's film club. If you had to pitch 3 movie screenings to express your own taste, what would it be? Mine are to be decided. Cut, Eskil.
Very good question. 3 movies. Right, you go, Sean.
Oh, don't pick me first.
Okay, I'll go first.
Bad at films.
I mean, definitely The Truman Show, Reservoir Dogs, and I've got to do a comedy, but I don't know what I would pick. I don't know what I would pick at this point as a comedy. Like, what is the funniest movie I've ever seen? I don't know. I genuinely don't know which one I would pick.
As in, too many to pick from, or
no? As in, I like Louis P. Truman Show is not a comedy. I'm not having that. It's fucking not a comedy. That's his biggest problem. That's why the reviews initially didn't do so well, because it was like, the new Jim Carrey film. Well, it's not that funny, is it? And this was after The Cable Guy. I think it was after The Cable Guy. Yeah, I'm going to have to think of a comedy. There has been some brilliant ones over the years. And then I say something like, probably this isn't my favorite comedy film of all time, but The Anchorman is very funny. I like that. I wouldn't have that in my top 3 of movies that would describe the way that 21 Jump Street is a very good shout. That is very fun. I don't know. I don't know. Mrs. Brown's Boys, the movies. No, I panicked. I fucking panicked. I fucking panicked. James?
So this has got to be
It's
stuff
just all porno, right?
Yeah, obviously. So this has got to be stuff that... What is it? Is this stuff that like represents you or your tastes and stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go Goodfellas. I think I want to choose that
What
film.
a fucking film! I'm itching to show that to Jo. She's not interested.
Brilliant. Fucking
Well,
great
after
film. Sopranos and stuff.
Sopranos, I think that might edge it towards. Yeah,
Yeah.
that film is fucking incredible.
Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan.
Nice.
Sorry, got to have that in there because it's one of my favourite films of all time.
You can have it, mate.
And
Your
The
list.
Terminator, the original.
The first one.
Really?
Yeah, the first one. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. I love the style of
Okay.
that film, and it had massive influence on me when I was growing up. So I'm going for that one. Yeah.
How can Terminator have an influence? What do you mean?
No, in terms of like, I don't know, just like the culture of like surrounding it, and just like the style of it. I found it really interesting, and yeah, I just liked it a lot.
Okay. I thought you'd have a Star Wars film on there.
Yeah, I was thinking that it was either going to be Empire Strikes Back or Star Trek 2, but I think I'm going for Star Trek 2.
Oh,
The whole thing's
okay,
been
so-
soured somewhat now, hasn't it?
Sean?
Is it incredibly basic if I include Inception in my list?
No, that's all right. I was thinking about it because that's a good
Yeah,
film.
It's really fucking good, man.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I don't think it would
But
be in
that's
my
it.
top 3, but it's not my top 3, is it, Sean?
No, that's true. It's not about you.
not
I
about
did
me
ask,
right
though.
now.
I did ask.
did.
Probably. Fuck. Because I also want to include a comedy, and I think it would have to be Popstar.
Oh,
Never stop, never stopping.
Yes, I mean, I
Um,
rate that way above Hot Rod. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I do rate that way above it.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean that's close to being in my top 3. I
Yeah.
think it's just a little bit too niche for me. I know what. Sorry, carry on. You say
It's all
what
right.
you
I was just gonna say, yeah, Popstar. I get a headache watching it from laughing.
It's
so
so
much.
funny. It's such a
yeah.
fucking fun. It is wild to me that failed as badly as it did.
Yeah.
10
10 years old, that film.
Yeah. Really? Oh,
Yep.
God. All right. Okay.
Yeah, they did a Q&A about it recently because to celebrate his 10th birthday. It's fucking mad. It's got to be something cyberpunky. It's probably a toss up between original Ghost in the Shell and Blade Runner 2049.
The Blade Runner 2049? Is that the
It's
that
the
the original
sequel.
one?
Yeah.
The sequel. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to watch those films big time.
Oh, mate, you've not seen him?
2049 is
no,
good.
I've not seen
I
them, no.
enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
I love them both.
I've got a question.
Mhm.
Is Only Fools and Horses Jolly Boys Outing, is that
It's not a
considered a
film.
film?
No.
All right, it's not a
It's-
film.
it's-
Okay, then, well,
it's-
How long is it?
Police Academy 1,
It's-
2, and 3 then.
Extended TV episode, I would say.
I
It is a
think
cracker,
Shaun
though.
I think Shaun of the Dead's probably up there for me.
Yeah.
Because it was so fucking well done, that film, when
Mm-hmm.
it come out. It's fucking class. Oh, God. There's a lot of good films, aren't there? You
Lots
know
of good
who's going to
films.
hate the fact that we've got this? That we're doing this? Matt.
Yeah.
The 1 week.
'Cause the
Where
1
you-
week. He's not allowed to answer this next week.
No,
James,
I know.
don't let him
Well,
answer it.
I know. You see, I'm not going to let him have this in his feedback. You know, it's
I know. And we know what it'd be. It'd be Inception. Can't think of any others.
With Inception.
I would also have to not Inception. What's the one that he? What am I thinking of? What's the one that he
Interstellar.
really? Interstellar, which actually is fucking incredible.
is very good.
Oh, yeah,
About
really
it,
good.
but-
Yeah.
yeah, it's just whether I would have a Pixar one in mind as well. Probably.
Mm.
Probably. Anyway,
Anyway.
just listing films. Next.
JSCO says, I recently stumbled upon the existence of the Evercade retro gaming consoles and I'm weighing up whether to get into their ecosystem of hardware and physical software. I'll probably be looking to dip my toes in with one of the handhelds, probably the Super Mega Pocket, but maybe the more expensive Evercade EXP. I was wondering if any of the TCGS crew are in the Evercade ecosystem and whether they'd recommend. I remember Dave reviewing an arcade machine a while back. Was this the Evercade Alpha? That is too rich for my taste, brackets wage, but it'd be good to get an updated review if he's continued to play it or gotten any more cartridges. The Evercade ecosystem feels very Sean, but I can't remember him mentioning whether they're part of his retro gaming arsenal. Anyway, thanks for the great podcast each week. It's always a weekly highlight.
Yeah, I still play it quite often.
Yeah.
I'll still switch it on and play Puzzle Bobble for a good hour straight and lose myself on that. The 2 football games. I've got 2 cartridges. One is the Neo Geo cartridge that has Metal Slug, which I haven't played as much as I should have. Really, I need to do just a complete run of Metal Slug.
Yeah, man, great
At
game.
some point because it's a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
They've got football games on them that me and the boys like playing. Unfortunately, the worst thing about the Alpha, or the only negative thing I've got to say about the Alpha, which is a fucking brilliant bit of kit, like it genuinely feels like playing a. You get those small arcade machines and they're just a bit flimsy and they don't feel real or legit and all this, but and this one like genuinely feels like a good arcade cabinet in miniature form. It's a shame that it's not 2-player; it's only 1-player machine, because I would love to have been able to play 2-player Puzzle Bobble with Harry. You can plug a controller in, but obviously it's not the same. You want to be next to each other, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Evercade lot bring out a 2-player arcade cabinet. In like a bit like the Alpha, but can't recommend it enough. You've got one of the handheld consoles.
One of the pockets, yeah, super pockets rather. It's fine. For I think they're like 50 quid. And yeah, it's okay. I think obviously, it's not entirely fair to compare them to other handheld emulators where you just download everything for free. I do really appreciate that everything's properly licensed, and I do like the idea of having like a collection of cartridges and stuff. But like it unfortunately just doesn't compare to. So I have like the Retroid Pocket Classic, which just has like a gorgeous screen on it, and just the convenience of that, and the fact that it runs Android, so it does other stuff as well. That for me wins out. But then also that's a lot more expensive. So yeah, for 50 quid, it's not a bad piece of kit at all. And as you say, if you're into the idea of having a physical collection, then yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, definitely. It's funny because I asked the person that sent me the Alpha thing, or they'd listened to me talking about how it's a shame that it's got like an online, like you connect it to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And you can go and have a look at what cartridge is available, but you can't just go, right, I want to play that game, I'm going to pay £1.50 or whatever, or a £5 for that game. You can't do that. And it's like, well, no, that defeats the whole point. Like Evercade is very focused on physical media. They don't want you to have to check in with DRM or anything. It's literally you plug that cartridge in and it will work in 20 years time the same way as it works now. Which is cool. I mean, I love that. I love the Alpha. I think it's fucking great. If you can stretch to it, then can't recommend it enough. Like, it feels genuinely like you're playing a little arcade cabinet. It's great.
Everyone's going nuts over. There's a new Retroid, the Nova, and everyone's just like, for handheld 4x3 retro stuff, this is it. It's the one, apparently.
Yeah.
They
say that though until the new one comes out.
Well, this is it. It's also like 230 quid, so cannot justify it. Because I really like the Pocket Classic. It doesn't have any analog sticks on it, which I knew going in. I was like, well, I only really want to play like up to sort of PS1, whereas this new one, the Nova, everyone's like GameCube, PS2, you're sorted. Some original Xbox stuff apparently runs okay on it as well.
You still got the Ambernic device that I gave you, James?
Yeah, I have. I haven't used it for a very long time.
Sold it on Vinted.
Yes, a long time ago, but yeah, still got it.
So I loaded Guitar Man on that and it played like a dream. I would say as well, I got sent a couple of mini consoles. I mentioned them at the time, but the Atari 2600, I really appreciate the fact that you can put. I did a stream of it, that you can put your
originals in it,
original cartridges in it, and they run like that's fucking great. And I've got a little Spectrum waiting for you for when you return.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's a little Spectrum for James Farley.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, cool.
I should say, obviously, I do also have the stupid setup with the CRT, which is incredibly extra, but I do fucking love it. Like, it's so nice just turn it on and play 10 minutes of Crazy Taxi or whatever. Yeah, it's fucking great.
Pretend you're still in the 90s, eh?
Yeah.
And just cry yourself to sleep.
Callum has messaged us. It says, hey guys, you mentioned a comedy podcast that you do. Where can I find it?
Oh, fuck you, Callum. How about that? What? Because that's just saying that we're not funny, right? That's what the point of that question is, isn't it?
I know. I thought maybe they'd misheard talking about me, you, and him or something.
No,
Or
no,
maybe
no,
is it
no.
just-
Because last week we would go, oh my God. You must have thought I was insane for my reaction then. Last
yeah,
week we were saying, oh, we're a comedy podcast, actually.
Oh,
And they're
right.
saying, you mentioned a comedy podcast you do. Where can I find it?
Yeah.
Listen, Callum. Our Sean Bell was a little bit innocent. Yeah. Don't take advantage of him. Don't take advantage of him like that. It's not fair.
Unless he wants to be taken advantage of. You know what I mean?
He doesn't want to be taken advantage of. He doesn't. Sean Bell doesn't. He doesn't understand what's going on. Doesn't know what's going on
cruel,
right
isn't
now. It is cruel. Got to be cruel to be kind. Right. Is that it for the questions?
That is it for the questions.
Cool. Let's get onto the socials. James Farley.
Okay. I mean, Matt, I was listening to Matt doing this last week, and he just basically said, just go to the website at tcgs.co. So that's what I'm going to say as well. But if you've got Amazon Prime, then you've got Twitch Prime, and if you can give us our subscription, we'd really appreciate that. That would be very nice.
Give us our subscription.
Okay, give us your
It's already
subscription.
ours. You just need to give it to us.
All right, just give us
Belongs
your
to us.
subscription. If you could do that, that'd be really nice.
Give us your subscription doesn't work either. It's you can
just-
subscribe to our channel.
Just subscribe. If you could do that, it'd be nice. Just do that. But yeah, just website tcgs.co for everything.
Right. I want to now. Matt's not here. I want to know the truth. What the fuck is going on with Reanimal on the stream?
I don't know. It's like
Have
because
you just stopped even mentioning it to each other now?
I know. Well, I tried to mention it last week, but he was really like
I was going to
cagey
say,
about it.
let's be fair, Dave. James has stopped mentioning it to Matt. I don't think Matt ever mentioned it.
Oh, really? But do you reckon Matt's like totally out?
I don't know. I don't know what's going. I mean, I've been thinking about this actually, about streaming something again, just myself, seeing as I've got time now. I was thinking about maybe going back to Bloodborne and just playing some more of that. But you know,
that's like Bloodborne boss. Yeah, play that. I'll watch that. Would
Or
you
if
do
you've
it from the
got-
beginning or?
nah, probably from where I was up to. I don't remember where I got up to.
That is not a game that you just want to casually stroll back into.
Yeah,
though,
I mean,
to be fair, is it?
There's that, and then I was thinking maybe something else, but I know I need some recommendations. Wasn't there something you wanted me to stream? I can't remember.
When's the next Metal Gear Solid collection out? Because we were talking about maybe doing a bit of Peace Walker, weren't we?
That's true. Yeah, we could do
That'd
that
be
when that comes out. That'd be good.
I
Tell you
think it's a
what,
while off,
listeners,
isn't it?
if you go to tcgs.co and then go to the contact form, send in what you'd like to see James stream, and because we're not here next week, Sean and I.
Yeah.
And I believe it's now been agreed that it's going to be a Sean. Sorry, not a Sean. He's not here. A Matt and James show. And if that's the case, then I suggest you go through those suggestions and decide between the two of you which game your next stream is going to be. Because my word, you're going to need to fill content. I've got a feeling this is going to be like when Ross.
I've just realised Matt will have played no games either.
Yep.
Like, oh fuck.
I mean, he's had 2 weeks, but even so.
He's also a man that does not like the show being under 2 hours long. This is genuinely going to be like when Phoebe's other half and Ross from Friends sit down and meet for the first time and have nothing to say to each other. I cannot wait.
Holy shit.
Everyone in the
need
chat
to get some
celebrating the
guests.
return of Interface.
We need to get some guests.
Yeah, maybe you could talk about Apple for an hour.
We need some
That's all
guests.
Interface was.
I
wasn't it?
need to make some phone calls. Send some emails.
I'll see you all in 2 weeks' time.
Same. Enjoy.
Just prepare yourself for next week's pod.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.